Hi, this is Rachelle Scrapcraftastic, and I'm going to show you how to make your own DIY colors of fabric tape. If you don't know what fabric tape is, I use it to reinforce folds, spines of my journals, places that are going to have a little more stress on them. For example, I'm making these fabric tapes for this project, which is made with two policy folios that I put together to make a journal cover, but I need to reinforce my folds, especially where the spine is. But all these folds, these will be stress areas that will be folded back and forth repeatedly, but I need to make sure that this will hold up over time. So I use fabric tape. Now, Tim Holtz does have fabric tape, but and it comes in a few different styles. This is one style that I just happen to have here. This is another style. These tapes are thicker than I like. They're not really very thick, but they are thicker than I like. And I'm limited on how much comes on a roll and the designs or colors that are available. I don't necessarily need designs for what I'm doing. This is what this one looks like. I mean, I could use this with the project that I'm working on, but it's just not quite right for it. So I make my own using medical tape. I'm going to show you it's a cloth tape that I find in the medical section at Walmart. Hopefully Costco will have it because I'm trying to cut back on my Walmart shopping, but this is the cloth tape that I have. It's a two-pack. It's very inexpensive there. And again, it's the cloth tape by Equate. Let's see, it's 1 inch wide, 10 yards. So I'm still working on my first pack of this. This is what I have left. Okay, so in addition to the tape, you need a way to change the color of the tape. I'm going to use this acrylic craft paint. It is matte from, again, Walmart. But these little paints like this are very inexpensive and you don't need a lot. And you need a brush. I'm going to use an old brush that I have from Dollar Tree. And I have some packaging here. See here, I've already got paint on this one from another session of making tape. So I'm just going to stretch out a few lines of the tape on here. So as I do this, I'm just keeping in mind of how much I'll need. And then if I have too much, I always have a use for it. I mean, this is gonna be basic black. In previous attempts at doing this, I also have used the Tim Holtz Distress stains. I have used, they work fine. I have used acrylic ink. That works great. Um, but I don't feel like that's something that you would come across in everyday life. But the things that I'm using here are things you can just find in your regular everyday shopping. If your store has a craft section and a medical section, you should be able to find these things. Okay, that's the end of that row. And I am going to water down the paint. I'm not going to use it at full strength. And you can make this as solid or as grungy looking, I guess, as you want. You can combine colors. It doesn't have to be one flat color. Oops, you can use multiple colors. Lots of options. I haven't tried it with watercolor paint yet, but I'm sure it will work. Squeeze two more on here. And you can do this on silicone mats. I just do it on this just to get, I don't know, I don't like cleaning my silicone mats for one. And I can just do it over and over on this plastic and not really have to clean it if I'm using the same color ink. So far I've done red and black. I would love to try and do orange too. Speaking of different colors, I have this color shift paint. Maybe I'll try it on this short one, but I kind of want to try that too because again, I'm making this for this project and it has this turquoisey color in it, in the cover. So I kind of want to try this too. So because I'm going to be adding water to it, I'm going to use my little make do palette. It was a lid for something, I don't know what. And see, there's not very much paint left in here. or upside down. This one is almost empty too. Store 'em upside down. And we got some water here. That's not too much. Let's thin that out. Make our own acrylic ink, basically. This paint is old and globby. Let's add some more water. Now, the more water I add, it's going to thin out the pigment. But I want something thin. I don't want to put thick paint on the tape because it's going to change the texture of the tape. I want it to be nice and thin. Maybe I should have started with the turquoise. Okay, so basically this is it. I just paint the tape. Now I could go heavy, I can go thin, make it more gray. As you can see, it looks more gray in the thinner areas. I can make it as solid all the way down. I can leave some areas lighter than others to give it more of a grungy look. And I think it will get lighter when it dries, if I remember correctly. But that is all there is to it. You just paint it and let it dry. And it doesn't take too long to dry. I wouldn't use a heating tool on it because of the adhesive on the back of the tape. And if you're using this plastic like I'm using, the packaging, it's probably not a good idea. Use a heating tool on it. Now, one thing that I have noticed is with using the packaging, the lines underneath kind of change the texture of the tape as far as how it looks once the paint is on it. It actually gives it a texture. So if you don't want that, then I would suggest maybe doing this on parchment paper, wax paper, or better yet, silicone mat. The mat will stay as flat as possible. I'm getting paint on my desk. But yeah, the mat will, oops, I didn't mean to paint that, will stay completely flat where those other things may have wrinkles in them. And again, most of this will be covered up on my project, so it doesn't really matter that it's not going to be 100% perfect or if it's going to have light spots. I'm just trying to tone down the white so that it doesn't stand out too much on in the folds of my project. Trying to catch some of those light spots as I go. And of course, if you're messy, kind of like me, put something down to protect your surface, um, just to be on the safe side. All right, let me turn this around. Might as well try and use up the rest of this. Touch up some spots. Once it dries, I'll really be able to see those light spaces when I don't have the light shining on it. The light kind of gives the illusion too. So it gives me an illusion of the color. I think I got everywhere. Let's turn it around, get a different angle. I think we are good. All right, so I'm gonna go rinse my stuff out and come back and try the turquoise just to see how it looks. All right, here we go. This is still a little wet. Let's see what we can do. Probably didn't shake that well enough, but just want to test it. Ooh, it's thick. Is this matte? What is this? It says gloss metallic. That's probably not good. I think that was gonna work. I think gloss is not a good idea because it will change the texture of the tape. I probably didn't clean this brush very well. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, it's not as dark as I thought it would be. It's pretty. I wonder will the metallic still be there when it dries. Add a little bit more and see what happens if I don't dilute it. All right, let's let these dry and come back and see what the finished product looks like. So here we are with the dry result. Let me see if I can hold it up a little bit so you can see the turquoise color. It still has a bit of shimmer, and I think if I go over it more, that there would be more shimmer to it. So there are other things you can do to the tape to give it like a design. So if you want some type of design like the Tim Holtz tapes, you can use your Jelly Roll pen on a darker color and write on it. I've done this before. I'll link to that video in the description box below if you want to check it out. But let's just do it right here. So you can do a little design. You can write, I think I wrote a poem on the tape that I did right on. I also use my gold ink and a script stamp and stamped on a darker colored tape. I think the Jelly Roll works really well. I had some white ink and I tried stamping on it. I tried a bunch of different things. If you do make a lighter tape, you can just use your regular archival ink, black ink, or whatever color you want and stamp on it randomly. You could like draw flowers. You can decorate it and design whatever you want. For my purposes, I only need just plain flat tape. And you can use this in quite a few different ways. Not necessarily just for crafting. Like say if you have an actual book that you like and the binding is failing, you could try this and it still has the stick. Now the only thing with this, let's take this all the way off. The only issue is that I don't trust the stick for my, craft projects. I kinda treat this like I do oh, it's got a little blue on there. Ooh, kinda treat this like I do washi tape in that I want to make sure that it sticks, so I add additional adhesive. Generally, I'll just add, glue stick to it. So, this is how I would use it and try not to stick it everywhere. I'll cut a smaller piece. Enough what I need. Let's measure that again. So right there, I'm going to cut, and then I can keep my offcuts on the packaging. Take my Scotch permanent glue stick or whatever glue stick you prefer, and I glue down the fold or apply the glue down the fold. And I'm going to do this for all the folds on this journal cover, and then I'm just going to let's straighten this end up. And add it kind of centered over the fold. So then when I come back and mat this, my paper that I used to mat it with, which I haven't really shown, but this is some of the paper I'm going to use to mat. Of course, this isn't the right size. It's going to cover like this. So you'll only see that little thin area of the black, but it will coordinate with the overall look. That's why I wanted to do black. So here, I'm going to trim this off as well. And I can clean that up a little bit better later. But that is how it's done. Because I am going to come across here. So once I come across, I'll clean up all my edges. But that is how I use it. I can burnish this down some more with my bone folder. But that gives it's somewhat lightweight cardstock, a little more sturdiness in the folds. It's going to hold up better over time because it is fabric. If you have any questions about this, any ideas, suggestions, let me know in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can come back and see how I finished this folio. This is Black History Month inspired, but I am going to probably carry it through to Juneteenth. So I'm going to be working on this possibly for a while. We'll see how it goes. I may get it finished faster than I anticipate. And I'll also link to the first video of this and the original policy folio video if you want to check them out so you can see how to make it if you want to craft along. So that is it for the DIY, very budget friendly fabric tape. Before we go, I do want to show these are some of the other things that you can use. So this is acrylic ink. It's kind of been sitting, so it's separated. It needs to be shaken. I got this from Hobby Lobby several years ago on sale or clearance rather for $1.74. It was the regular price $6.99. Now that's been, like I said, a couple of years. And I didn't really have a use for it, and using it on these tapes is excellent. Again, I didn't use it this time because I know not everybody has this. And it's a thin, I don't know what makes it acrylic ink. I think it's just a thin acrylic paint. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know in the comments below. You can also use distress spray stains. I have quite a collection of these. Some of them have a shimmer to them. Some are of them are flat. If you have the re-inkers, you could use your re-inkers. And when I originally tried this, I have a pretty big collection of the old Tim Holtz Distress stains. So when I originally tried this, I used Distress stain. This works really well, and if you have it, it's a good way to use it up. And I also use this to dye fabric with as well. And all of those other techniques I've used to dye just regular fabric. But that is it. Just want to give you that extra information. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And you may be interested in this other video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.